Denmark, Czech Republic was decent, but England, Ukraine, oh, that was a tough watch. I was watching BBC as well just for the full effect, and shouldn't have done that.
No. They're now boring and winning, which is just the worst. You don't even get the joy of like, they fucked it up.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, if you want to get Harry Kane out of a slump, put him against one of the teams ranked outside the top 25, perhaps.
Yeah.
All his tiredness seems to dissipate then. I have a second wind when I'm playing against Ukraine. Fucking diving. And did you see the dive he did?
Yeah.
I mean, a blatant dive. Well, look, we've talked at length about Harry Kane and Spurs last season,
No respect, no honour.
But I just thought, there he is. So a man low on confidence there, scoring against Ukraine. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before.
Nonsense. Fucking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. Quarterfinals. They happened. They came. They went.
Yeah.
The first games on the Friday were good. Switzerland, Spain on the Friday. That was the first game. Poor.
Yeah, that was my reaction to most of the games.
Poor game. This is the Spain we thought we would see at this tournament. Kind of very.
This is the Spain we saw in the group stage.
Because they owned the ball. Xhaka was missing due to suspension, second yellow card of the tournament. Also, they had not in Switzerland didn't play Mbappé.
Yeah, I thought that's mad. Is he not like their best player? I thought
apparently because he was on one yellow, didn't want him to get booked for the next round. It's like you have to get there first, lads. I mean, I've never seen people so acutely aware of this rule than this tournament.
They're playing Spain.
Yeah. Like they were asking, I think Southgate beforehand about the players that were on yellow. You're gonna, not play them and all this. It's like that's just, you have to win the game you're in. Like I know there's like planning ahead as well, but like, to not play Mbappé, like that was their main threat against France.
Yeah.
And like against Pau Torres and either Eric Garcia or who's the centre back? Fucking Laporte. He couldn't even make the French team. So, I mean, come on. Sure, use the same trick again, but he came on in extra time. I mean, that game was 1-1. Like I said, it was all Spain. No Shaq in the middle, so Spain were very dominant. And only for the heroics, the absolute heroics of Yann Sommer. White boy Yann Sommer. 12 saves in the game. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, he's been doing this for years. We've seen this... all the way back, I think 2014 World Cup. I think it's certainly 2016. He was making saves for Switzerland. He was unbelievable for them. Without him, it could have been, the game could have been over. He really kept in the games, unbelievable saves. So yeah, fair play to Yann Sommer, but they really looked like they missed Xhaka, as much as painted to say. It was all kind of Yann Sommer just putting out fires, really. But the Spain team have a goal in them to concede, Shaqiri. What can you say? I mean, for all the... I guess it comes to being at a club like Liverpool, at a big club, you come under more scrutiny. But, like, he does it for Switzerland consistently. And he did it again. You got to hand it to him.
I think as well he kind of does it consistently for Liverpool, but it's just rare how much he gets to play. Like, normally when he gets a start or a sub on, he will get a goal or two. Yeah.
But I guess it's just like they want you to be better than Salah, but also you want Salah as well. So I know, like I say, it's not a Liverpool thing. It's all clubs. I heard people. I remember when fucking Sterling wasn't playing well and Sané came, and they're like, "Oh, you're out in your arse now, pal." These are City fans. It's like I know what you want from these players to score every single game. But yeah, like I say, it was bad defending from Spain that gave Shaqiri that opportunity. I think the balls come across, And both Laporte and Torres put their hands up like, oh, I'm not touching this. And it hit off, like a ping ponged off the both of them and fell to Shaqiri. He just kicked it in. So they're not good defensively, Spain. Very good in the middle. Pedri, Busquets and Koke. I say Pedri must be odds on to fucking win Young Player of the Tournament, is he? 18?
Oh, surely. Well, this is the thing. It's kind of, if Spain win it, yeah. But it's going to be whatever team wins it. It'll be whoever the youngest player is, probably. That's normally how these things go.
What is it, 23 and under?
23 and under. But 23 seems old for football.
Like, you'd be making, like, say, if England won, you'd be making, I guess Declan Rice is only 22, isn't he?
Well, I mean, if it's 23 and under, that means 5 years after winning Best Young Player, you're considered past it and over there. It's a short window for them.
Yeah, I suppose. But to be fair, Pedri was very good. They were all very good in the middle. It was an own goal, I think. It was initially put down as a Alba goal, and then they said it was going wide. It was own goal. Own goals is now their top scorer.
You beat me to it.
Hey, sorry, man, but look, I'm the stats of the week guy. You know, I'm the stats of the week. Another dagger in the side of Alvaro Morata. Can't beat own goals. I think I saw a stat as well. It was like the Portugal only won one game in 2016 in regulation time. The rest was extra time or penalties. So maybe Spain are on the way.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have to score in regulation. That's for fucking novices. You know, the real pros, the real winners know how to win games. And Spain did it by letting Switzerland miss their penalties. Like
very astute tactics. Just please, we'll also miss some of our penalties.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same Switzerland team who rifled all their ones. I mean, I don't believe he should have saved one from Vargas. Why he was on them again, I don't know. But he did he miss the target? I think actually Vargas, or was it saved? Well, somebody missed. I think actually Fabian Schär missed the target altogether.
Yeah,
bad penalties. Yeah, I'd say the French team. I'd say Hugo Lloris is sitting there just like jaw open, just like, what the fuck is this? You know, the same, and it's like say Vargas and Schär, the same players who scored really good penalties against France, just hopeless, absolutely hopeless against Spain.
I was thinking in the French game, I thought it was the same as the Europa League final, where like they were practicing penalties, and like that was always if we get the penalty shootouts, we're winning. We're savage at them. We practice them, and then like it shows when they do them. So I was like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah,
every penalty is going in, baby. And then they immediately missed, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, they missed the first one, didn't they?
I think both teams missed the first penalty. I think Spain definitely missed the first one.
Yeah,
and that was then. It's like, oh, this is not a good way to end the game.
Let's get the penalty there.
I know Busquets took the first one, and he.
Oh yeah, Busquets took the first one and missed. I
definitely touched it onto the post.
I don't know who was commentating, but he was like, too casual. It's like it's like such a fucking. It's not even a cliche. I think it's just like an outland. Like fucking. You know, if you'd gone in, it would have been like. Obviously, that's the whole point. But like, you know, it's like it's a penalty. He's not casual. Like he's trying to. You know, send the keeper the wrong way or trying to knock you out in the way. He's trying to like slot it in the corner. He's not, whatever, I score, I don't. You know, oh, fuck. I guess I wasn't taking that seriously enough. It's like he was trying to, you know.
Well, the more serious you take things in football, the harder you hit the ball. That is how it works.
It's like we were saying about the Panenka as well. Like when you miss, like, oh, what are you doing that for? Stop,
because it goes in.
Stop messing about, you know. And a lot of times they're not even trying to like embarrass anybody or show how cool they are. It's just like I just thought that he was going to dive, so I thought if I chip in the middle, you know. But whatever. 3-1 in penalties, like out of 5.
That game.
Jesus.
I think it was that game as well where Kenny Cunningham said, "It's not a privilege." No, was it? There's no pressure to get when you're in a penalty shootout. It's a privilege to be there.
Oh yeah.
Spoken like a man who seems like he's never been in a penalty shootout, I think.
He must have been at one. I don't know. But I mean, I think Kenny Cunningham has come
pressure.
I think he's come alive as a co-commentator.
I think he has an interesting tactic of constantly disagreeing with whatever's said.
I think I've heard him laugh so much as a co-commentator. He was a bit stiff in studio. Kind of want to get his. I guess when they tell him in studio, all right, we're going to come back here for 5 minutes. Duffer, Sadly, and you, Kenny. So you all have like a minute and 30 seconds to get your point across. And Kenny's like, really focused trying to get his point across. Whereas he's got 90 minutes plus whatever, extra time. Who knows? I could just chill out here and see what I say or say what I see. Shoot from the hip. There's a great moment there in the Ukraine-Sweden game where it was going to extra time, and he says to Adrian Eames, he's like, "Oh, that means I need three or four more subs each for the team. Nightmare starting for us, Adrian, eh?" Because I struggle with the name so much, like, oh fuck, 3 or 4 more names to pronounce. Nightmare starting for us, Adrian. And like he laughed his own joke. It's so funny. But yeah, Spain, Switzerland. I don't think we've seen the eventual winners there in Spain. I have to say.
No.
They play Italy next. On that side of the draw.
I mean, if England get by Denmark, oh God, I hope they're playing Italy. If they play anyone else, I think they will win. Everyone else in the tournament left is a bit shite. Yeah,
I mean, this is the strong side of the group here. I mean, I do think Italy have been very, very good. I think they will be worthy winners of it. They've had some of the best players in the tournament in Spinazzola and Verratti, especially. I think he's very good. Donnarumma has been excellent, made some very good saves. But Spain, Switzerland, on the other side, you would have said surely France or Portugal. Somebody has to, come through that side, but it wasn't to be. I suppose that brings on to the Italians. They played Belgium. In a game that you at the start of the tournament, you would have said surely that'll be Belgium's to lose. And even going into the game, the form Italy were in was obviously impressive, but Belgium, still with the players they had, you really expect them to get the win maybe. No Eden Hazard, so I guess, apologies Eden. He did do some damage to himself in the last few minutes against Portugal. But De Bruyne was back. How do you think De Bruyne played?
I thought he was alright, not the usual De Bruyne. Did you hear what he was playing through?
No.
He tore a tendon in his ankle, and he said he's injured, but he's like, I couldn't not play for my country. Yeah. So he's probably fucked himself.
He may have, but look, I mean, this is what you do to get that glory. Will no guts, no glory. I thought he was all right though. He definitely looked like a man injured, but he got on the ball well. He created probably their best chance. The one Lukaku kicked off Spinazzola's arse. It wasn't a great chance. Italy were very good. Italy's press was ferocious. Put him under serious pressure. And Verratti was following De Bruyne around the whole game, making sure he didn't have a huge influence on the game. But he played well for a man carrying around that kind of injury. I think he did okay. Torgan Hazard was a bit anonymous in the game. Meunier wasn't as effective as he has been before as well.
That's because I brought him into fancy, so that was my fault. Shouldn't have done that.
Damn it, Will. This is important for Belgium. They're ranked number 1 in the world, and you ruined it for them.
Well, it's bad news for Kasper Dolberg.
He's in. Yeah, I brought him in. He scored, so I guess it's you is a jinx, not I.
We'll find out.
But the big news from that game for Italy, Spinazzola, he's out, folks.
Sucks. Yep. He's out.
Tore his ACL or cruciate, I think.
The thing I read was something I've never seen before. It said he broke his ACL.
Broke his ACL. Yeah, I did see that as well. Like when you break someone's face, it's like, well, how do you mean? Like, how do you break someone's face?
Apparently, he's out for a year.
Yeah, no, he's he was having such good tournaments. He was. Yeah. I think he may still be nailed on for my left back spot in the team of the tournament, but he's gone now, and it's a huge loss for Italy.
Yeah, well, like you were saying, that block from Lukaku was an amazing goal line block from Spinazzola, who a few minutes earlier was up at Belgium's box, fucking nutmegging players and stuff. Like he does it all. It
was all going down that wing. It was all going down Spinazzola's wing. I suppose it's like for England when you had Luke Shaw's left back versus Trippier as a left back. not that it's that bad, but it's just that the attack from that side is so much better when you have someone like that who can go forward and it can also defend. I think it's Emerson from Chelsea who's in line to come in. The last time he started a game, was the FA Cup quarter-final against Sheffield, where he played on the right of a back three.
The opposite.
The last time he played any meaningful football, like for a whole game, was when he came on for Ben Chilwell in December after 10 minutes. That's the last time he played as a left back. That was under Frank Lampard, so that's how far you have to go back to Emerson playing. Now look, he'll be rested. He's certainly be fresh.
He's won.
Yeah. And look, he's obviously gone to the tournament, which tells me there isn't probably any other options in that team as a left back, even from the other centre backs to go. And look, you want to. I think they'll do their best to keep the same 4-3-3 because it's been working so well for likes of Insigne and Berardi and Barella. I mean, Insigne's goal. Holy fuck!
Oh man, he's fucking unbelievable as well. The whole team, they have a team full of just superstars.
If ever I was in favour of the plus 1 point for a goal outside the box, I was like, yeah, that deserves an extra point. That was unbelievable. Picked the ball up his own half.
Yeah, man, he can do it. Again, another player. It seems like they just have a team of players who can like run, dribble, pass, shoot, tackle.
Yeah.
Fake injuries, they have it all.
Chiesa played well. He almost scored a couple of times. Like, Italy were very much on top. They deserved that win. It wasn't kind of a smash and grab or, the penalty that they got, Doku going down that wing. What do you think about that one?
No, I thought it was soft, but like it looked a penalty. If it was in the Prem, it's a penalty every day. But in this tournament with adequate refereeing and stuff, I don't know.
I just think like that what you see all the time, they kind of like lean into them and then see them off the pitch. Because he was still on the pitch, it was like, he probably could have kept going around you there. Like you're like shepherding him off the pitch. It's like, he had no space, he was going nowhere. But it's like he was actually going somewhere. And I think, you just like a yard extra forward would have saved the defender there. But he was good, Doku was good.
Oh yeah! Every time he got the ball, it seemed like he didn't care about shooting or passing or scoring. He just wanted to do tricks.
Yeah, I mean that's what you imagine the houses were done in terms of getting at players. He probably would have had a bit more a pass in him maybe to kind of set somebody through. Lukaku did okay. I mean, he was very heavily marked by the two boys, Bonucci and Chiellini. No better men for us, I think.
That sounds like absolute hell. Imagine having to do that for 90 minutes, the two boys at you. Yeah,
that's I think he did okay, given the circumstances, you know what I mean? I think he did alright. Obviously took the penalty very well. But yeah, the golden generation, Will, what do you make of it? I mean, is it even the golden generation anymore? Is it?
I mean, that's the same every single tournament. They're never going to win anything. Roberto Martinez is their manager as well.
Yeah.
There's people were saying, "Oh, that's it. That's the last chance." There's another tournament in Christmas next year?
Christmas next year, so a year and a half.
Like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not like Lukaku's suddenly going to be over the hill.
But what about the boys at the back who are already over the hill? Vermaelen, Vertonghen,
Alderweireld. Probably time to replace them, maybe.
Yeah, well, just seeing Denier and Boyata as the kind of replacements. Thought, same as who was I just saying to replacement? Same as fucking
Doku.
I don't know who I was saying, but in terms of like, there obviously isn't many replacements knocking around if you have them on the bench as well. So. Yeah, you'd wonder who's going to be their new upcoming centre backs. They could definitely do a freshen up that area of the pitch.
Here's a bit of surprising insight.
Go on.
Do you know that the Belgian league and I think the Netherlands, their league, the Eredivisie, are combining to make like a little super league, and the idea is to make the Belgian league and make both leagues more competitive so players get better, obviously.
Yeah.
So I wonder, is that like part of their plan of like, we need a new golden generation and it's not coming from nowhere, so we have to make it happen.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that a few months ago on the pod when it came out, but I think it was like approved, like initially approved. I don't think it's like all goals. I don't know. I don't know if it's like going to happen yet, or if it's going to happen like 2026 or something like that.
Maybe it was going ahead, and then they got unlucky in that the term Super League isn't so hot now. Like, maybe we'll wait a few months.
maybe. But yeah, I know if you're Belgium, like say you have a new tournament next year, next Christmas. They look good at times, but I love being right, Will, you know that. But I did say you can't trust Belgium. Like, they'll come up against somebody decent, and yeah, sure, but De Bruyne and Hazard are injured, but like they really didn't look in that game at all. Their other players, they were weak at the back. I think they just came up against a better Italian side.
Yeah, it's never surprising. Like, it happens every single tournament.
Yeah,
there's always someone, and it's always like a team who's better, but it's like you could still do a bit better against them, but they always just fall like flap out against someone.
Well, if you're world number one and you have this golden generation, I think the key is don't call it golden generation. That's it's almost as bad as it's coming home. It's very kind of like I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people's picked the tournament out. Some more educated minds out there would have picked Italy to win, so they march on.
A lot of big money bets coming in soon.
And that was the Friday's games, which were pretty good, pretty entertaining. Continued on the trend of the tournament, very good games. The Denmark Czech Republic game, Czechoslovakia. Ooh, sorry. That was a good game. The Danes really, what can we say? They're a really good team, a well-oiled machine. Another cliche, get that one in there. What else, Will? Give me another cliche for Denmark.
There's no I in their team.
Very good. But that's a good point, Will. I might just jump on from that point. I know, I'm joking. I think we not wrongly said, I don't know if it's wrong or not, that Dahlberg is only playing because Eriksson wasn't playing. Obviously he's playing up front, right? But I think they started with Wind up front, maybe. Maybe it's Wind.
Poulsen, maybe.
I think they started with Poulsen on the right. They started with a certain team, right? For sure, Eriksson was going to be the man in the pocket. He was going to be controlling everything. And then obviously when he got had the heart attack, it changed everything, and they changed.
That's still mad.
I know, it's so mad. It's incredible that he's even alive. But they changed the strike around a bit, and I think it was the third group game they played Dahlberg and scored 2 goals. And I went, this guy's pretty good. And they kind of stuck with him from that. So, me, I like to address when we're wrong, because nothing worse than a podcast just steamrolls through bullshit. So yeah, I did think he was an attack midfielder. He's a striker, and he's playing very well. He scored again against Czech Republic, a very good finish. The Czechs, they did their best. Paddy Schick back on the score sheet again. I think he's level now with Ronaldo for top goal scorer. I think, though, well, from my knowledge of previous tournaments, they may have changed this, is that it's like minutes to goal ratio comes into it too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think that's how Torres won in 2012, because he barely played but scored 3 goals. Yeah. So obviously Ronaldo went out in the last 16, so I think he might still have it. I don't know. I think assists maybe come into it as well.
Yeah.
But he scored. Delaney scored in the first 5 minutes, and it was
Our
like,
boy.
yeah, he must be. He must be some kind of connection there. Like I say, Schick got not the equalizer. He got one to pull it back to 2-1. But Denmark were definitely the better team. They have strength and depth too. Like you're saying, Poulsen came on there. He brought a lot of energy to them. Probably should have scored himself. But yeah, I'm look. Enemies become friends with these Danes. Yeah.
What a twist!
What a twist! I mean, you could think back to the start of this tournament, what we said about them. But yeah, personally, I hope they fucking crash and burn, and they get beaten 6-0 like they beat us.
6-0 would be good, yeah.
Well,
the preview episode, the second part of the preview episode, went off the air, like faded out with us talking loudly, exclaiming, "Fuck Denmark! We hate Denmark! Denmark!"
Was it fuck?
And then I think 2 days later, we're like, oh, fuck.
Listen, about what we said about Denmark, we were having a laugh, man. We were joking.
We didn't know. Anyone who's listening to this after.
Just think there's some people listening to that now. One of those guys who listens, weeks after we've done this, and like, what cunts? What the fuck? Yeah, no, I think we've made amends with that. And look, I've been supporting Denmark ever since, openly and in real life, the whole thing. I really want Denmark to do well. And I think they are a good team. But I think they're 10th in the world, ranked 10th. So it's not like, if it was Wales when they went far, that like every minute extra they were playing on the pitch, it was, this is just bonus. I think the Danes at this point probably think, why not? Why can't we beat England? So
now it's kind of like an injury. Like it's just they just have an injured player. Like they're just playing the tournament without Eriksson. Surely by now the players are kind of like, okay, he's kind of grand, and it's a bonus thing now. Like now we're doing it for him as well, and also he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think you go back to Inter Milan to undergo tests. I suppose to see if he can keep playing club football for Inter Milan. So fingers crossed for Christian Eriksen. But yeah, I think like we're saying, the Dolberg is up front now. He's banging form. Perfect time for him. Like Paddy Schick was in form as well, and he got the score sheet. So it does matter. It does count if you're confident in front of goal that you can get that finish. And look, the English defence isn't that good. Isn't that strong? Like it hasn't been tested that much either.
Hasn't been tested, but they have not conceded a goal yet in the tournament.
That is true.
Which is insane.
But I mean, who did they play last? Yaremchuk, who had been good, but I mean, I think we'll get on to the Ukraine game obviously. But I mean, he did play Paddy Schick in the group stages, Czech Republic. He played against Rebic up front for Croatia. Not had a good tournament. Che Adams against Scotland when they were,
I think so,
when they won 0-0. And then the last 16 tie, who's that against?
Germany.
Timo Werner. Come on. Come on, lads. We are probably, literally, outside his family, the biggest Timo Werner fans out there. But even we can say that, Stones had a good game against it, but, it wasn't, But look, we're not talking about England, we're talking about Denmark. They were very good. Højbjerg has had an excellent tournament. I thought he was very good for Spurs at the start of the season, tapered off a little bit towards the end. But hopefully he can keep that performances coming. Unlucky for Czech Republic. Like I say, when I saw them playing in the group games, I wouldn't have put them getting this far. Beating Netherlands was a big scalp for them. You might say they kind of fucked up Netherlands, but look, they still had to win. Tommy Suchek had a great tournament, I think.
Yeah, what player?
Yeah.
Is he going for 2-time team of the year? Surely not.
I don't know. There's been some good performances in centre mid for this tournament. I might be able to squeeze him in there. Kufal though, Kufal could be with a shout. He was very close to getting as a right back in the team of the year. I think he got 2 assists. He had a few clean sheets. He played very well also. So I think the Czechs had a good. Obviously, Patrick Schick would feel hard done by knocking the team as well. Hang on there. So it was a good game. Like I said, the Danes are a good team to watch on top of everything else. On top of being a good side, they're an entertaining side as well.
They're probably like the most fun team left to watch in it, I think.
Maybe Italy. Italy are a good team to watch too.
Italy are good to watch, but it's like a different kind of good. Like Italy are mad to watch because it's like the first hour, it's great football, unbelievable. Then the last half an hour is a different kind of thing where they pull every trick out.
Oh, they're winners. They're absolutely winners. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then they love it too. Like the more angry you get, the more annoyed you get, they love it.
Yeah, for sure. But that brings us on to England with the easier side of the draw. Now, this definitely is the easier side of the draw. Ukraine, I think I would agree with Duffer. Lest we forget, what was this he said? Never been more sure of anything in his life.
Anything in his entire life, he said. He said he's never been so confident of anything he's ever said that Ukraine won't get anything past England. That he was dead. They were off. Yeah,
he nailed it. Duffer knows his stuff. There is some sense in those notes he keeps slipping around. England's.
Someone has to say to him about the notes.
Oh.
It's so amateur having paper notes on television.
I heard GIF Grove, like they did a Damien Duff impression, and just like loads of flipping notes in the background. It's like, everyone's seen it. But yeah, they started well. England started really well. It was Sterling again, just going down that wing and cutting inside. And Ukraine obviously had that. They knew that was coming, and they had two men doubled up on it immediately and kind of pushed him out. But Sterling is a really quality player, and he managed to get the ball into Kane, who was actually awake this time, and managed to poke it home. And I was like, oh fuck, that's just the last thing that Ukraine needed. Interestingly, though, he started Sterling, Sancho, and Kane up front. The new Man United player, of course. Not that I'm saying anything to do with that, but last year, when there was the tournament was cancelled because of COVID, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. And people were like, oh, well, let's pretend it is happening. Pick your England team. People were doing this on Twitter and Instagram. They were picking their England team. It was almost unanimous. It was like, yeah, Sterling, Kane, Sancho up front. Yeah. And then you fast forward to the Premier League season, and I think Sancho was injured for the Champions League when Jude Bellingham became a superstar. And as Sterling's form dropped, it was like the true emergence of Grealish and Foden on the left, and that kind of changed it. And the weird thing is, he didn't even drop Sterling, but he dropped Sancho instead. But like after all the kind of, he changed the team every single game, to now finally he has Sancho, Sterling, and Kane, the team that people were picked a year ago, and it's like, yeah, that's a really well balanced side. Like the two boys, absolutely rapid, really good close control. I think there was a moment there where they switched wings. I don't know if that was Southgate's instruction or was it just them saying that. But like, then they was like, yeah, we can do this, and we can run really fast on either wing. And it was like they were making Ukraine turn and face their own goal. It was like, this is a really fucking good side now. Yeah. Like the midfield of Rice, Phillips, and Mount, it was really well balanced. I mean, there was a period there just before the half ended where Ukraine were getting joy down Kyle Walker's wing.
Shocker,
yeah. He gave the ball away once. That was nearly a goal. It wasn't really a chance. I mean, like say, Stones did pretty well on him. But then the second half, it just lights out. 2 quick goals and it was over. Really. England looked good, Will, and I'm worried.
Oh yeah, it's getting that like it is the thing of like, oh, well, the further along they get, the better it is when the collapse happens. This doesn't seem like a collapse is coming. It seems like they might lose a hard-fought game. Yeah,
like Italy will have to beat them. Spain will have to beat them. Denmark will have to really, really go out there and play well to beat this side. Like I said, the only thing I'd change about that team is I would put Trippier in instead of Kyle Walker. It's like the difference between him and Shaw, the fullbacks, like Shaw was going forward well. He put in some ropey tackles, but he was tackling. He was getting close to the man. He wasn't getting run around. They weren't passing around Shaw. He linked up so much better with Sterling. Like Walker, even in the first game, he was like putting passes straight to Foden. It's like, isn't he not your teammate? It's not like, sure you know where he's going to go. Like he's just not as good. Like he's incredibly athletic, incredibly fast. Like he can make up for almost every mistake he makes, and he does make a lot of them. But like Trippier is much better going forward. That's the only difference, the only change I would make. That midfield with Mount in there, like Mount has a lot of creative ability, but he's a solid passer. He's not going to make, he's not going to get caught in the middle of the pitch dodging the ball. He's going to do the right things.
Somebody.
And then, like, if you're trying to struggle to break them down, then you can bring on Grealish. Then you can bring on, he hasn't really used Foden off the bench much. But like,
I don't know if you saw Shaw is 2 assists away from equaling the all-time England assist record in an international tournament.
Yeah,
which is 5 from Beckham. And I think, is this Shaw's first tournament? I think it is.
I think he went to 2014.
I don't think it was he like,
because
he's hardly starting then, was he?
They brought Leighton Baines as left back, and they brought I think they brought like 18-year-old Shaw or was, and Frank Lampard was there. I only know because of this Frank Lampard story where he was like trying to it's like some of the great defenders like Tony Adams, And Luke Shaw was like, never heard of him, pal. And that's when Frank Lampard's like, oh, maybe I'm getting too old for this. Turns out Luke Shaw isn't, he doesn't really... You could ask him about a lot of players, he wouldn't know it. It wasn't that Frank Lampard was old, it's more Luke Shaw didn't really care about any of that kind of stuff. But that's the only reason I know he was at that. I think 2012, before that obviously, no. 2016 he was injured, I think. That's when he broke his leg, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then
28, or was it 2018?
No, I think he injured like 16ish, and then from then on,
that was the Jose years.
Yeah, he wasn't getting any international tournaments then.
Yeah,
the Jose years also are continuing. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh,
Jose is
the talk.
Still going on about him. And they ask Shaw about it in every interview.
I know.
To the point now where he's like, "Yeah, I know, I'm over it. Stop talking about it."
Yeah, I'm not Gareth Southgate. Okay, I can get over things, quicker than him. But yeah, no, Ukraine, like I say, I was in favour of the third place finishes before this. I thought, yeah, look, it's great for Ukraine. They beat Sweden when they shouldn't have. The whole country was celebrating. Now I'm pissed off. Well, this is bullshit. They shouldn't be playing third place teams in the group. They shouldn't have got out of the group. This is bollocks.
Yep.
No.
And, I mean, yeah, the third place thing, it just fills the knockout stages with... You don't know who's good still, because it's like, yeah, but they haven't played anyone actually good yet. It's nearly the semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a stick that we're beating England with because we're just, we're grasping at straws here. We don't want to win, and if they do, we're trying. Well, you didn't, But I mean, look, before the tournament, you would have said France, Belgium, Portugal, and again, if you were listening and paying attention, you would have said Italy. But anyone other than that, you would have said, I wouldn't have said them to win the tournaments. Obviously, it's not going to be any of those teams, maybe Italy. But, that's you think, they haven't played anybody decent. We mean they haven't played anybody who we thought was going to win it.
Exactly, yeah.
Germany are decent. Like, they may have been mismanaged. They may have been, missing a few positions, a few special positions at this level. But to say that they're not a decent side, it's not true. Like, they beat Germany, well, sure, Murdo could have scored, but he didn't. They went on to score a second goal. That was a decent side. Ukraine were not a very good side. They had a great tournament and they deserved to be there, obviously. But, I mean, in terms of the sides versus, like, Germany, Croatia clearly were a decent side as well that they beat. Sure, it was boring. Sure, it was 1-0. It was the group stages. They were at home, all these other things. But, I mean, I don't think it's that they haven't played any decent sides. It's just they haven't played any favourites for the competition.
Yeah.
And they won't. Because you wouldn't say Denmark either, so they won't. Yeah. It could be Spain. Maybe the Spinazzola breaks the whole thing down, and Spain get the final, and Spain fucking, struggle to score, and England win, and that could be the story of the tournaments.
Oh man, that is a nightmare.
That would suck, but England are good. Like, they have a really, I think that Sterling, Kane, Sancho.
We said it.
Sterling, Kane, Sancho, like, that's the team that should have been there from the start. It has pace, it's balanced, they can switch either side. Like, if you play like Grealish on one side and Sterling the other, the two very different players, they want to play very different ways. Whereas Sterling and Sancho are very similar. It's really, really good. Kane now back amongst the goals. Sure, it was against Ukraine. We'll see what he does against Denmark, but
Speaking of back of the goals, something that annoys me so much.
Go on.
Every fucking time Maguire plays for England, every corner that comes in, he smashes it into the goal, or it's a great shot. I don't think I've ever seen him get a header on target for United, ever.
Yeah. Well, how many times he played Ukraine? Come on. He scored one against Ukraine. Up until this game, it was only Sterling that scored.
Yeah.
So maybe they are, like, if you can stop Sterling, and that's easier said than done, obviously. Because, I mean, Doku was skinning whoever's playing right back for Italy. Yeah. So that's a worry too. You got Sterling, or maybe it's Sancho. And then it's...
Yeah, if Sancho especially, there was a moment in that game, because I was like, had my eye on him, obviously, for United.
But now you're very, very interested in him, yeah.
Oh, baby. When there was that bit where I think he like skinned like 3 or 4. There's a picture of him like sprinting.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Ukraine players, like that picture of Messi.
All right, steady on, Will. Steady on. Come on now.
No, I like the picture.
I know what you're implying. I know what you're trying to do here. Just move on. Get to where you're going with this Sancho bit. He hasn't even kicked the ball yet. We'll see. We all see. Fucking hell.
Nah, he's savage. He's so good to watch.
Yeah. No, his close control is ridiculous. So, like, you'll have him on Emerson, left back, and the guy who Doku skinned, and so it's worrying. It's worrying, Will.
Yeah. We just have to hope Harry Kane just isn't really arsed in the final. Like, he's never been in a final that I've ever seen him in, to be fair.
This could be his crowning moment, Will. And look, these things, no one remembers the easy run. I mean, we will, of course, but it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Like, people get injured all the time in tournaments. No one's gonna, but what about Spinazzola? He got injured in the quarterfinal. Does it really count? Come on. So, look, Denmark. It has to be. I think they won't lose the final. You have to beat them in semi-final. And Will,
I think they might lose the final.
I'm going to do something drastic, Will.
Oh,
yeah.
How drastic?
I'm going to up the stakes. If Denmark beat England, we will do season 2 of Bandwagon Wheel in Denmark. Done.
You said it. You did it. Do they have a league? I've never heard of it.
FC Copenhagen or whatever.
Oh yeah, of course. Never mind.
Do Denmark have a league? Cut that. That's so disrespectful. They're our friends, Will. Stop trying to disrespect them. Enemies become friends. Remember? No, come on, Denmark. We need this. We it's fine for everyone else who hates England. That's fine. You don't piggyback off their league. We watch their league all the time. Like, it's fine for France, not like, fuck them. But they don't watch. They don't have to hear fucking Gary Neville and Jeremy Carragher and every time, one of the England heroes.
Saved.
Oh,
Oh, stop. Well, I do think if England get there, they might lose the final, because that is a lot of pressure from the media. From, they know what they're going to hear if they lose that final game for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it depends how to lose it, I suppose, doesn't it? If it's kind of like a David Beckham sending off type thing, that would be like,
I think no matter what happens, if they lose it, people will find something to be like, you were the reason. So you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Oh no, to be fair, I know they're bad, but I think if Italy were to play like they played against Belgium and just completely run them off the park, which I don't think they will, because I think there's a lot more legs in that England team there is in the Belgian team.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does pain me to say it, Will, but they are the best team left in it, I would say.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Which, again, it's theirs to lose.
With Spinazzola gone, it has, Which, what's the last time it was ever theirs to lose?
Oh, before my time, Will, I would say. I've never seen them, the best team left in tournaments.
Yeah.
Fucking Switzerland, man. Fucking Granite, fucking Xhaka. If he does this to me...
he just can't keep getting away.
He can't keep getting away with ruining my life. Fuck me, I've been watching week in, week out, just being destroyed by Premier League midfielder after Premier League midfielder, and then knocks out France, the only team that has the capacity to beat England. Oh,
He'll be gone soon, though. He's going to Rome.
Oh, he'll laugh all the way to Rome. Oh yeah, he'll have to go over to Italy. He'll have to be a millionaire in Rome. Fuck him.
It's not fair.
Anyway, Will, on to fancy football.
Even better news. I had mentioned to you during the week that for the first time, my brother had become aware that he was, well, not probably become aware, but my brother had realised he hadn't told me he was top of the league.
Yeah.
And now, boy, is he letting me know.
He's getting cocky now.
He did say, sure, there's only 2 games left.
That's true, Will. Well, there's 5 games left. No, 5 games left.
Yeah, but 2 match days.
Oh, 2 matches, yeah. But I mean, a lot of variables.
He does have a team full of English people, which means the absolute nightmare scenario is England go on and win the Euros, and in doing so, my older brother wins my fantasy league and I have to buy him a jersey.
Yeah, just give him an English jersey with Grealish on the back anyways. Just fuck it, No, Grealish, look,
and Rice on the back.
all when I love hard, maybe, I don't know. And 45 for the famine. No, all credit to Bournemouth FC, top of the league, 308 points. FC Club the Mixer did well this week, 73 points for you, 291. He's our best bet, Will. He's our best bet. A new insurgent into the top 5. Slumdog Mingale making a late run. Maybe too little too late for you, Slumdog, but we'll see. Look, any one of you, either or. The Bangers FC, bad week for you, the Bangers. We're hoping that you can, these next 5 games pull out something special. This is the problem now, Will, is that there's very little different moves you can make. It's starting to the cement is starting to set here, and
it's not good.
The top 5 is it's going to be hard to break into that top 5. It's going to be hard to overtake number 1 spot. That's why Russell's getting cocky, because he knows that. He knows that, like, who are you going to pick? Kane, Dahlberg, maybe Immobile. Like there's only so many players, Yeah. And then number 5, horses don't run, they can't. That's my brother. In the 5th spot. I'm down in 10th, 5 spots off, and a number of points away also. So it'll be tough to kind of pull that back. You're number 9, Will. You're ahead of me.
So now it's me and you against each other. You're this week's rival for me.
I'm past that, Will. This is serious stuff, right? Stop messing around, all right? We got to we have to stop this somehow. Just pause the podcast there for a second. Just hit the pause button. Just pause. Yeah. What if we just took them out of the league? I just didn't mention it again.
I mean,
would that work?
We could block them. I think you can change your name. We could kick everyone else out of the league and change our names to their names.
We would just close the whole league down. That would be a bit petty, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we could stop the podcast, close the league down, and move.
Quit the podcast. If it comes to it, we'll have to quit the if England are about to win the Euros and we're about to have to pay out, I guess the only thing is, suicide pact then, I suppose, is the next. Anyway, unpause the podcast. So all credit to them. Best luck for the rest of the tournament. We have the semi-finals tomorrow, Tuesday. Like I say, Denmark, England. Pray to your God that Denmark, whoever it is, demand from him that Dahlberg lights up Harry Maguire and John Stones.
Hopefully, not just football terms. Hopefully, he also hurts him.
And that Kyle Walker starts again and thinks he's invincible and runs like the pitch and gives the ball away. We need something. We need a miracle here.
Hopefully Sancho hears me comparing him to Messi and it gets to his
and then the other side, Italy, Spain. I'm looking forward to that game, Will. I think it'd be a very good game. I'd like to see Immobile. Immobile's been the opposite of a Harry Kane. He and probably for the same reason that he played bad teams at the start, and then as the competition got a bit stiffer, he's drawn a few blanks for the goal here. It hasn't looked good.
We didn't even talk about his unbelievable feigning an injury in the box until they scored, and then hopped up to his feet, looked around, and kind of jogged off, knowing, oh, that's embarrassing that I've done that. That
was hilarious. It was a really, really. But this is what he's become. He knows that he doesn't have the ability to score against these teams, so he goes down the heap, looking for a penalty, and the play kind of continues on around him. I think there's a moment there where Vertonghen was like, "Come on, like ref, like are you seriously not going to punish him for this? This is terrible." And that's all they needed for Barella to get in and smash it in the goal. And of course, then he was healed. Will he was cured?
I just was laughing so much at even just the thought of Barella having to avoid hitting the ball off a ball.
Yeah, that's sometimes what happens when they're standing in the way and they smash the ball off the prone player. Luckily for Immobile, he didn't stop the ball going in. Italy, Spain. Where do you see it going? Whether you're going to stick with Italy or do you think Spain might have a surprise up their sleeve?
I think Italy will be pretty comfortably winning that. Although I don't know, like Spinazzola is pretty important. It seemed like nearly most of the time when you're watching that game, Spinazzola is on the ball or defending. So it'll be interesting to see them without him.
Yeah, hopefully. But I was thinking about this, that maybe Emerson, it may be good that he's not like thrown into the final, having to start left back. Yeah. Or maybe it's bad because England or Denmark can see. Well, like I don't care Denmark, but like if England were to get through, they could see. Oh yeah, this is what Emerson does. I mean, I know they have like a lot of Chelsea players as well, so they can probably just tell him. Yeah.
Just ask him.
Just ask them. But nevertheless, hopefully Emerson has an easy ride of this game and can ease the way into fitness and, get a bit of confidence going. The other wing, I guess, was probably Ferran Torres or maybe Moreno on that side that was getting killed against Belgium. If I was the Spanish manager, I'd be looking at that sort of thing, and that's an area we can exploit. Yep. But yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with Italy because I think they have the best chance of beating England. The other side,
Italy Denmark final would be savage. That would be very good.
It'd be great. I wouldn't care who won or lost.
No, both results would be great.
I'd be delighted. The other side, England Denmark. My heart says Denmark. My head says England will.
Yes, very same here. Because again, I still don't think Denmark are better than England. I think Denmark at their best, England at their best, still able for them.
I like Højbjerg and Delaney. I think they can mix it with Phillips and Rice. I don't think they're that good. I think Højbjerg and Delaney have been very, very good.
Something I saw which was worrying though. Well, not worrying, but I don't know. Did you see Højbjerg at the end of the last game, the Czech Republic game?
No, was he injured?
When the whistle blew, not injured, but he was so overcome with just I can't believe we did it, that he fell on the ground and was crying and stuff.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, it wasn't oh, that's cool. I was oh no, there's 2 more games left. He's done.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he doesn't die like he did for Tottenham this season. Hopefully he can keep going now.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other news, Will? Any other?
No, a quiet few days.
Few loan transfers in and out. For any of you Premier League fancy managers out there who are looking to get an early start on. Patrick Vieira announced as Crystal Palace manager.
How long until he's sacked, do you think?
I think he could be up there with the for the sack race. He'll be the first one to go. Who knows? Crystal Palace. I haven't heard anything about Zaha leaving, which would be huge for them.
Well, he's trapped for life.
Yeah, but sometimes they wait for the manager. They wait for the manager to come in, and then they say, "Do you want Zaha at all costs, or are you thinking, do you want 70 million to kind of go and find a replacement?" It's only July, So we'll see. I think that's probably the only implication of that maybe Zaha's future might come into question. But who knows?
Yeah, I think to me, they seem like favourites to go down now. Because isn't Eze out for a good few months?
Yeah, he did cruciate, so that's probably 9 months, 8 months around that.
And he was when the flow chart changed last season from is Zaha playing to is Zaha or Eze playing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's about it, I think, Will.
So.
The only other news, in case we haven't mentioned it already, France, the world champions, a lot of fallout for them. A lot of fallout for people blaming Pogba, Rabiot's mother having to go at the Pogbas and the Mbappes in the stands, apparently for 20 minutes, like a prolonged thing. Whole big fallout, and now they've continued, they're desperate to still be in the competition. Lads, it's over, go home, I saw Timo Werner at the Austrian Grand Prix wishing England all the best of luck, like the nice boy he is. Just get on with your life. Because the French have a petition. Did you see this?
Oh, and the tables have turned.
Oh, yeah, you know what? It's I get where they're coming from, but it's still funny. It's still, I know exactly, because I was with our petition. I was like, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
When you're on the other side, it's like, yeah, that is pathetic. I mean, and again, for us, it's like, we're a small country, not a home of football. Football's not coming home to here. But, when France do it, it's extra pathetic. It's like, ye had enough to win, lads. Ye blew it. Ye fucked this, and this is sad. This is, even for the French, this is sad.
Remember, was it Sepp Blatter after the Irish petition was like, they really did that? Can you believe that? And everyone was like, ha ha.
Very humbly, they have asked, can't we be team number 33 in the World Cup? That's, yeah, they have asked for that, really.
Yeah, and like I said,
all the big wigs.
They laughed in our faces, and now it's time for us to laugh on theirs. Not FIFA's, but France's. It's as good as FIFA. It's as
take it.
Yeah, France have launched a petition to for Yann Sommer, who had a great game against France, had an unbelievable game against Spain. I think he made 12 or 11 saves against France.
Something
Ridiculous.
mad like that. Yeah.
A sneak peek, perhaps. My team of the year, you might see Yann Sommer in there. Team of the tournament, Yann Sommer. I think he's earned it. Yann Sommer. They're trying to take away Yann Sommer's glory by saying he came off the line from Mbappe's save. I mean, they all do it. He had one foot off the line. Move on, France. Maybe next time. What these things happen, and look, what goes on comes around. Maybe we'll see it the next one. But better luck next time, boys. Sorry about it. Another one of our enemies bites the dust. Will. You'd love to see it.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before.
Oh, and the tables have turned.
Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? What would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?